and give me the Vulcan death grip, and she'd go, "You're on." And it made, I never was prepared. Tonight I'm a little prepared, but I guess I'm going to kick this off, and I'm going to say a couple things about my father, and then I'm going to give the microphone to some sisters, and then they're going to do something, and I don't know what's going to happen. But after some family stuff, everybody is really welcome to do what I'm doing right now, and we'll bring the microphone to you. You don't have to actually stand here, but so anyway, it's a pretty big night. It's pretty fantastic. So I'm just going to read what I got, and we'll see how it goes. This is called Ode to Pops at 90. So I'll start by saying that many of you have probably already heard this story from Dad himself. Because we all know that when Dad has a good story to share, you really don't need a top governmental security clearance to learn of it. You will hear it. If he likes telling it, you're going to hear it. This story is relevant because as we celebrate this tremendous milestone, everybody reacts the same way when I told them about this bash. Your dad is 90? Jesus, Nick, how old the hell does that make you? But tonight, and I mean this, Pop, tonight, it's not about me. It's not a time for me to tell those stories about dating those famous women in New York and Hollywood. Before I met Susan, it's not that I'm the tallest living Stein, or that I can beat my 15-year-old nieces in chess. It's not about that. It's really about Ubi Gleistein is what it's really about. Happy birthday, Ubi. Where's Ubi? Happy birthday. Okay, that's it. Now there's more. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's not about me, but Alan Fallon. Where's Alan? Where'd he go? Alan, yeah. Alan said to me right before I came up here, Alan, better known as the annoying neighbor boy. He said to me, Nick, you got the microphone. He said, just go for it. Tell everybody exactly what you think. So, okay, Alan, this could get me in some trouble, but what I'm really thinking is that, Okay, you did. What I'm really thinking is that since Tuesday, I'm just so thrilled that my father got to be part of this amazing, historic, and hopeful election. I'm telling you, this is from the heart. Dad, you, me, and our whole world got baracked. And now rumor has it that even the twins are calling you socialists here tonight. The fact is that there's a well-known DC-based lobbying firm that has reached out to Dad from K Street. And no, it's not Glenn Roberts. And yes, it is, all again, once again, Alan Fallow's fault. This lobbying firm, in fact, tried to pry secrets from my elderly father. Yes, it's true. They used gotcha questions, like what newspapers do you read? And then they have to wait until they rattle them all off and stuff like that. But no, they didn't. They use their influence, and these young lobbyists, these whippersnappers from the American Association of Retired People, and they called my father to do an article. And this is an intrepid AARP report. It said, Mr. Stein, I hear that you are really old and really vital. He said, wouldn't you say that's true? And Dad said, well, let me ask you something, son. How the hell many times have you done this exact kind of story for your stupid magazine? This is all true, and no reflection on you, Alan, at all. He says there's something charming like that. And I think the writer said, hey, Buster, Alan Fallow sent me, and I'm asking the questions. Do you want to talk about yourself or not? And so the interview began. So, let's see.
Wait, why don't you have this memorized?
I'm sorry, it's a little... I got carried away, I apologize. So the writer, this is the writer, this is a completely true story. He says, okay, Mr. Stein, I've done some research and I see you've been married 17 times, have over 150 children, go to Paris 6 times a year and still swim dock to dock once the ice goes out. I also hear that you work as a kindergarten teacher, a fake hospital patient, a Democratic Party consultant, an expert on St. Francis of Assisi. No, that's Linda Frank. And that you're a voracious letter to the editor-writer. My notes say you are a South Bog guide, a lapsed member of the Union Bridge Lions Club, a steeplechase fan, a Bald Mountain summiteer, a gay rights advocate, Harvard class of 41, a preserver of the Maine environment, the world's greatest authority on the Marshall Plan. But this guy did a lot more research than that. He said to my father, my notes also say that you claim to have been a French-speaking, ex-military garbage collector, that you were the Colonel Clinton Italian prisoner of war camp, and that your favorite son has written an unsold screenplay about it. It says here also that you had a PR firm whose worldwide international headquarters was just down the block at first from the NRA, and later near the ruins of a church at DuPont Circle. As president, CEO, CFO, and senior vice president of public relations for the Julian Stein's Public Relations Company, you were reportedly the head of an African delegation to the 1963 World's Fair. And I'm speaking about the country of Africa, not the continent. You were also a highly overpaid consultant to the medical corporation AMI, run by your friend Royce Diener. You were a speechwriter for the governor of Maryland, one Miller J. Tawes, a man who repaid your loyalty by snatching World Series tickets from your very hand in a crowded Memorial Stadium tunnel, thus traumatizing your youngest son, 10 at the time, for the rest of his natural life. Says here that you worked as a Parisian crossing guard for Nubian royalty. That you're a prodigious Rangeley dump runner, that you're an expert of lumber road shortcuts and crossing dangerous bridges, you're a semi-pro shag dancer, and on top of that, a hell of a lacrosse player. I could go on and on, but for the sake of brevity, the writer said, Mr. Stein, really, what is your secret? Is it yoga? Is it yogurt? Is it meditation? Is it introspection? Do you use mental floss? Orthotic inserts? Waterproof hearing aids? Or maybe belly bands? Is it your sense of humor? Your joie de vivre? Your swagger? Or your sacred Kennebec paddle? He told my father, my editor, my readers, and my parents all want to know, how do you do it? What's your secret to this long, fun, enviable, woman-filled, kids aplenty, urban, suburban, rural, and wilderness life, this successful life in both work and play? What's the secret to having so many people who adore you, so many kids who want to be adopted by you, so many mentees who want to be mentored by you? So please, for the love of God, what is your secret? So what did my father say? After a long pause, he said one word: luck. That's true, and that's what he believes, and he has a point. I mean, my dad can't really stand that he's getting so many compliments for just breathing, that he's getting kudos for being vertical, for just showing up. He hates that. He told me just this morning, why should anybody be proud of something that just is? They just, that they can't help, like being proud of being American when you were born here. His point is, you can be justifiably proud of something if you've earned it. Well, for my money, I can say that he has earned all of the love and the admiration that is embodied in this great gathering. And let me stop and thank Betsy for a wonderful party. He has earned the gratitude of his children, and whether he knows it or not, he's earned his own happiness. As for luck, I think I can speak for the group when I say that it's all of us who are the lucky ones. We didn't do anything to earn it, and yet the fates gave us Dad. Speaking as a child, one of 8 lucky children, I was born to have arguably the best dad, the most reasonable dad, the kindest dad, the proudest dad, the coolest dad, the most interested dad, and the most interesting dad that anybody could ever ask for. So lucky, yes. Much loved, yes. Richly deserved, yes. Pop, here's to you. You can all toast now. Thank you for all that you are and all that you have left to be. Thank you for making us the lucky ones. And I look forward to enjoying 8 years of Obama and many, many, many more years of you. I love you. Cheers.